Hey everybody, this is MGTOW reporting in. I just want to touch on a few subjects in this video. And the first one is about this Facebook group that I'm in called Celibacy Chronicles. And I just kind of observe it. It's very interesting. It's filled with mostly women and a few men. And these women are celibate. Most of them are celibate because, they're later in life, they've been pumped and dumped, and they want to take a break from dating, which is totally fine. But then they think they still have this, value that they can go, okay, I'm celibate, I'm not going to have sex until marriage. But they don't realize that, marriage is on its way out. There's no incentive for men to get married today because of how the laws are. And these women don't realize that, and they don't want to learn about that. The truth is too harsh. Okay? And the thing is, when women communicate with each other about, different life issues, dating and stuff, all they do is they propagate lies to each other, propagate that, narcissistic delusion of the utopian Disney fairy tale, and just, do the whole you go girl power thing. And you have simps in there that also do that. But all this does is it's a disservice to them. It really hurts them, because the thing is that women today, and probably back in the day too, have not matured, past, the 12-year-old brain, And so the thing is, women need men to lead them. They need a strong masculine man to lead them. And, there's several Bible quotes that I like that talk about this. I'm not going to read them, but I'll list them off so you can look them up yourself. First one is 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 1 through 7. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verses 34 through 35. Titus 2 is also good. And Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. And then also 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses, I believe it's 11 through 15. And those all describe how, a woman should be submissive. Her mom should teach her how to be a good wife. Okay? And then you have this hierarchy of, God, and then the husband is below that, and the wife and children are below the husband. Because the husband is the head of the household, and he is the one who has to, bring down these teachings to the family. And, we're missing that today in this world of, men being raised by single moms, men being, feminized by the public education system and the, higher education system, which is all part of the elite's plan to destroy the nuclear family, as we know. And, so men got to fight against this and, learn how to be more masculine. And that's why these, manosphere groups are so important, because we have, men teaching men instead of single moms teaching men, and, basically teaching them how to be simps. But on the other end, with feminism, we don't have, women learning how to be, women, how to be feminine women. They're learning how to be masculine women that men don't really want. But the thing is, these women want the real masculine man to date. He has to be really masculine, very economically attractive. And, feminism is basically, shrinking this pool of supposed eligible bachelors, and so that women are left with these, soy boy guys. And then they don't really, want those guys, but they settle. And then that eventually leads to a bad divorce. But the laws are designed so that she wins anyway. She gets the prizes anyway, so who cares? Okay. And so, she has, no incentive to give a crap. She has all the incentive to get married, whereas men have no incentive to get married because of the legal and financial risk of getting married. And the thing is, women complain about men not bringing enough value to a relationship, but women today don't bring any value at all. All they bring is, no fertility and debt and psychological problems. So what's the incentive for a man today to get married? And the thing that gets me is that, why aren't these women on the front line at, MRA rallies? If these rallies, still go on, why aren't they fighting for men's rights? Why aren't they fighting for, men, society to, start rebuilding the law so that we can, rebuild the nuclear family and actually start supporting men so that there can be more masculine, economically attractive men in the, pool of eligible bachelors to marry. These women don't give a crap. They don't learn. They don't want to learn. And that's, one of the main parts of the problem. All they want to do is complain because they're children. They haven't had a real man to lead them. And so they, stay in this childlike state where, all they do is go, here's the problem. There's no solution even though there is. And I'm just going to say, where have all the good men gone? Which is something we've heard 1,000 times. And I recently saw an article where, even in India, the Indian equivalent of the graduate level business school, they're called IIMs, they are letting in more women than men purposefully, as part of the feminism that's going on in India. And here we have this, Title IX gender discrimination, where, women's sports that don't make any money are getting, more money for scholarships instead of, male sports that actually make the university money. So it's just crazy, this crazy clown world that we live in where, instead of trying to find any kind of solution to the problem, all we do is, complain about it in this childlike manner. And I think it's, that's really the aim of the elite is, to destroy the nuclear family so that the state can take over care of the child. And, something with the, foster care and CPS system, child protective services system, is that those systems are used to traffic kids to these, elite, compounds for their rituals and, and other things. And it's really very sick. Kids need to be in a nuclear family with a, man and woman at the head of the household. And so we really got to, do our best to, incentivize each other to even get married again. And that's not going to happen for men until the laws get changed and the culture gets changed. Feminism has just wrought too much havoc on society to provide real men who actually understand how the game works, any real incentive to get married anymore. And the thing is, we're not learned that, we're not taught this stuff as kids. All we're taught is the, blue pill utopian Disney fairy tale. And, you shouldn't blame your parents for that, as I've said in a previous video, because, your parents want to have grandkids. They're not, teaching you the blue pill fantasy because they hate you, because they want you to get divorced. They want you, to have something bad to happen to you. What they really want is grandkids. Their main goal is to continue on the family lineage. And, trying to red pill your parents, all that stuff is not going to work. It's a very fruitless effort. Don't even try. Just, do the best for your life. If that's, being a, red pill guy who still dates, being a MGTOW monk, whatever is the best for your life, you need to figure out and make that decision for yourself as a man. Because that's really part of being a man. Is, figuring out how the game works so that you can make the best decisions for your life regardless of what other people think. Don't give a crap about what other people think. No one else is going to look out for you but yourself. Okay? And it's just insane, this world we live in. And, things are opening up back here, but nothing is really, open yet. The local monthly festivals are online and virtual instead of actually happening in person. So you're going to see training footage from me for a long time until everything starts to open back up. And we got 100-degree weather happening for the next week. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, this is Oki MGTOW signing out. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Be safe and take care of yourselves. Do the best for yourselves. Don't do anything for anyone else. Do the best for yourself. You should be selfish and really only care about yourself, especially as a MGTOW man who has realized that the game is fully against him. All right, talk to you guys later.